Hello everyone, I am going to explain bookkeeping. In the bookkeeping chapter are introduction, meaning, definition, features, objectives of bookkeeping, advantages of bookkeeping, limitations of bookkeeping, bookkeeping versus accounting, relationship among bookkeeping, accounting and accountancy. I hope you are very much interested in knowing what is bookkeeping. Introduction chapter. The first step in the accounting process is identifying and recording of business transaction in the books of accounts. This is necessary for any business as the transaction happening in a business entity must be recorded so that the information is available for further analysis. The next one is meaning. Meaning of bookkeeping. Bookkeeping work is of routine nature. Meaning of bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the process of recording financial transaction in the books of accounts. It is the primary stage in the accounting process. It includes recording the transaction and classifying the same under proper heads. Bookkeeping work is of routine nature. Transaction may be recorded in accounting notebook or ledger. Let us see what is the definition of bookkeeping. According to J.R. Batley Boy, bookkeeping is an art of recording business dealings in a set of books. So he gives more importance for business dealings, not transaction, business dealings only, in a set of books. So you must remember the word set of books. So once again I explain. According to J.R. Batley Boy, bookkeeping is an art of recording business dealings in a set of books. According to R.N. Carter, bookkeeping is the science and art of recording correctly in the books of accounts all those business transactions of money or money's worth. Next features we can see. What are the features of bookkeeping? Let us see now. The first feature is it is the process of recording transaction in the books of account. The first feature you must give more importance to record. Recording the transaction in the books of accounts. Now let us see the features of bookkeeping. The first feature is recording. It is the process of recording transaction in the books of accounts. What is recording? Recording the transaction in the books of accounts. So each and every clerk in a business should record the transaction happening. The second one, monetary transaction. So the next feature of bookkeeping is monetary transaction only are recorded in the business books. Why? Because the transaction which cannot be expressed in monetary terms are not recorded. That you have to keep it in mind. The third feature is primary stage. Bookkeeping is the primary stage in the accounting process. That is very important. Fourth one is bookkeeping includes journalizing, ledger posting. These are the two very important activity in bookkeeping. So once again I can explain. Features of bookkeeping. The first feature is recording. Bookkeeping is the process of recording transactions in the books of accounts. The second feature is monetary transactions. Monetary transactions only are recorded in the accounts. The third one, primary stage. What is the primary stage? Primary stage means first stage in the accounting process, bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the first stage. For that it's given as primary stage. So you can write bookkeeping is the primary stage in the accounting process. Fourth feature is journalizing and ledger posting. What are the two activities involved in bookkeeping? The first activity is journalizing. Next activity is ledger posting. These are the features of bookkeeping. First one, recording books of accounts. Second one, monetary transaction only recorded. Third one, this is the first stage in the accounting process. Fourth one is journalizing and ledger posting. These are the four features of bookkeeping. The fifth one we are going to see objectives of bookkeeping. What are the objectives of bookkeeping? So one can easily remember if you follow my video carefully. Now let us see the objectives of bookkeeping. First one, to have a complete and permanent record of all business transaction in chronological order and under appropriate head. Second objective is to facilitate ascertainment of profit or loss of the business during a specific period. The third one is to facilitate ascertainment of financial position. Fourth one is to know the progress of business. Fifth one is to find out the tax liabilities. Sixth one to fulfill the legal requirements. Now let us see in detail what is complete permanent record and chronological order. Bookkeeping helps anyone to have a complete and permanent record of all business transaction in chronological order and under appropriate head. Second one is each and every businessman will be interested in knowing the profit or loss of a business for a particular period. Objective is to facilitate the ascertainment of profit or loss of the business during a specific period. The third one is to facilitate the ascertainment of financial position of the business. Financial position means assets and liabilities of the business. Fourth one is to find out the tax liabilities. To find out the tax liabilities of the businessman. Sixth one, legal requirements. To fulfill the legal requirement is the last objective of bookkeeping. So for these purpose, bookkeeping is maintained in the business concern. So first one, to have a complete permanent record. Second one, to know the profit and loss of the business. Third one, to know the financial position of the business. Fourth one, to understand the progress of the business. Fifth one, to show accounts or to give account, to submit accounts to tax authorities. Sixth one, books or records maintained by a businessman acts as a legal evidence in case of future dispute. Now let us see the advantages of bookkeeping. The first advantage is transactions are recorded systematically in chronological order in the books of accounts. So bookkeeping provides a permanent and reliable record for all business transactions. So this is very important. Each and everyone can rely upon the records maintained in the business. Second one, useful. What is useful? Bookkeeping is useful to get the financial position of the business. That means financial information. Third one is control activities. So it helps to have control over various business activities. So if the record is maintained, so all the activities in the business is also controlled. Fourth one is legal dispute. Records provided by business serve as a legal evidence in case of any dispute. Fifth advantage is comparison. Why should we compare? Comparison of financial information over the years is possible. Also, comparison of financial information of different business units is facilitated. Why we should compare this one? To have a proper control over the activities of the business. Sixth one, bookkeeping is useful to find out the tax liability. How to pay tax? What are the amounts? What is the amount should be paid as tax? To determine tax amount, this bookkeeping will be very much helpful. Next one, we are going to see the limitations. What are the limitations of bookkeeping? Only 3 limitations are there. First one is only monetary terms. So already we have seen that monetary terms are recorded. That means the information expressed in monetary terms is recorded. Non-monetary terms is not recorded in the books of accounts. Second one, price level changes is not taken into account. So in the market there will be price changes. So that will not be taken into account because the business data is recorded in historical in nature. That means only past data is recorded. So these are the three limitations of bookkeeping.